Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Please help yourself to breakfast and honest responses. The story is told Rabbi Kamenetsky once paid a shiva call, and the situation was where the man died. He had a heart attack, and they didn't call Hatzalah fast enough. So people say, "Oh, had they called Hatzalah, the man wouldn't have died." So this bothered Rabbi Yaakov, and he told him that based on this week's parsha, he gave me a Dvar to think about, to ponder. What does the Torah say? The years of sorrow were 100 years, 20 years, 7 years. Those were the years of sorrow. Why does the Torah repeat these are the years of sorrow? We know these are the years. Why does the Torah repeat? The Torah is very judicious in the words. So Chaim Shmulevitz says that when people hear Sarah died, says, "Oh, you know why she died? Because you know the Medrash that the Satnan told her that Yitzchak died and her heart stopped." So people may think and say, you know, the reason why Sarah died is because of the Akedah, because of this. So therefore, the Torah makes it very clear that her time was up. So if that's the case, if her times are up, so why did the Satan bother? You know, it's like, you know, so he told us if her time was up, so why did he bother with that? So the answer that's given is, we say every day in Meir, what do we say? We say, V'hasar Satan l'fanenu me'achreinu. May God remove the Satan from before us and behind us. And we can understand why God removed the Satan from before us. So therefore we shouldn't stumble. But when behind, it's good. The Satan should be behind. We should be ahead of the Satan. So the answer, I think there's a mashal that's given. If somebody gives a pauper an ani, $1 for tzedakah, he goes into the store, he has no more change. And he doesn't have his cell phone with him. He can't pay him with Zelle. He says, "Oh, I wish I wouldn't have given the guy $1. I can't buy my candy right now, my soda right now." So therefore, even though you did the mitzvah, you're taking back the mitzvah by that. Here you have the same situation with Avraham. When Avraham comes and finds that his wife dies, he can say, "Oh, had I not gone to the Akedah, this wouldn't have happened." So therefore, Avraham, the Torah says, he came and he cried for her. It says over the small baby. He didn't cry over excessively because he knew that her time had come. She did not die because Satan placed obstacles in front of Avram, as we know, to get to the Akedah, pools of water, rivers of water. He tried to stop him, and this was the last thing, is once it was over, he tried to also make him regret it. But Avram understood what the situation was, that it was her time, it wasn't the Satan who did it. And the same thing Rabbi Yaakov says, there's no such thing as calling 9/11 or Tzol it would make a difference, of course, but if the person's time to came, then there's nothing that we can do. We couldn't be crying, had I been called that Tzol, had we called 911, had we done this, we done that, it wouldn't have made any difference. We have to say, God, we trust. That's the lesson we learned from Sarah, is that when someone's time is up, that time is up.
The obligation is to do what you can. Hopefully,
you can do whatever you can. You have to decide. Don't get me wrong. You have to do what you do. But if it didn't work out, it doesn't mean that had I done this, you shouldn't blame yourself for it. It was the person's time has come, and that's a healthy, proper perspective to have. Have a good day.